It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 11th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Into the pile, maybe got 1. He stopped at the 21. 3rd down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's DeLuca. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Alabama quickly back to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Caught near the sticks. It's DeLuca. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. He's got it on the right. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Going right to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Finds his man. It's Ebby. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Back to pass on second down. Fires on the move. Makes the grab, and there's room. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. The Longhorns want to move quickly.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
To the ground with the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
You know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
On the move. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he added the extra point. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making adjustments. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride in stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Fires to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Quickly to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Going for the marker on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Love the play call going RPO on 4th down here. And how about the offensive line just digging deep, getting low to the ground, and just getting a better push in the trenches to help that running back get that 1st.
Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Alabama pushing the tempo. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama built its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Got the 1st down and more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Crimson Tide rolled to that last 1st down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Spins away.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Phyllis, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Iowa is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Kinnick Stadium, but the black and gold have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 10 over the Red Hawks of Miami. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Going right to work up top. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Love and coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Steps away. Fires downfield. And it's incomplete. The long pass. Fourth down is to no avail.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. The snap sets up the throw. Makes the grab over the middle. Fights off the defender. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the...
Got enough space. Touchdown. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Way to make a split-second decision by that quarterback. He sees the defender commit. Boom. Pitch the ball. Not only pitch the ball, on target, so now the running back can catch it. He didn't have to reach behind him. He didn't have to reach in front of him. Caught it. He did the rest. Turned on the Jets. Got to the house.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's going to bring this one out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time David sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
The give to the single back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, number 19. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
From the gun, running back on the move. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown tie. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Showing blitz here. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
The Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready.
Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it from the red zone. Gets it to the back. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His second interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Hauls it in. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Out of the gun, the inside kid. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
They're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. Alabama quickly back to the line. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that adds to a successful day. 100 yards rushing on the day. That's what you strive for. Usually when you hit that 100-yard mark, a lot of times you're saying my offense is going to win, my team is going to win. He's at the 100-yard mark, so that's a good thing for the offense.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. A run for the quarterback. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage. But just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's going to take off. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job.
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Evie. Flying down the left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Texas! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a two-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
Coming out with it, it's Marshall. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's second and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. This time it's complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got rid of it just in time. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. They'll immediately call timeout. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going forward on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Pulls it in. It's Tootin. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football isn't.
He's going to throw deep right side. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Takes a handoff. It's Tootin. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Is working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Alabama pushing the tempo. Look out, he's got room. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. They'll try the jet sweep going for the 1st down. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, bringing all these tight ends in the game, you'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Now he's looking to throw it. Tight end finds a soft spot. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He caught it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Woodside. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
Still a lot of time to go here in the third quarter, but they want the ball back right now with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Here comes that Alabama offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse. Brings it to the open. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
The give to the tailback. And some room to work. Oh, a lot of space. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Woodside. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Here's a heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
On third down, he drops to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He's got him. Touchdown, Bama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he puts through the extra point. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. A strike downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Longhorns in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense.
There he goes. It's a fumble.
You run an offense when you're going to pitch the ball and you're going to lateral. There's danger to it, right? There's reading things that have to happen when you pitch it. Don't get hit while you're pitching, and so it goes all over the place. Great job by the defense being disciplined, understanding, causing the fumble, recovering the fumble, creating a big turnover for this team.
But with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. Right? You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Calls his own number. He picked up some yardage, but they stop him at the 45, and he'll be a little short. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Using his feet. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough.
He lets one fly deep. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Man, it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown time! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Ball skips out of bounds, penalty flag flies, and the onside kick is unsuccessful. To the air on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
No harder position to play in a ball game than the offensive line. You know, tonight in this game, you're down by a lot. You know you have to pass the football. Man, it's a tough job to protect up front, and they definitely struggled on that play.
Lost one deep down the right side. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing? And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He wants to go deep. He's got it inside the 30. Running free. Touchdown, Alabama! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Might be looking to run. Got him downfield. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here.
27.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got his man downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, the clock has hit zeros. Here's a look at the big moment from that battle in the Pac-12. Kansas was able to cap off a close one in Lawrence with a narrow victory, and that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake up the Pac-12 standings.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
And this game's starting to take away from this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
Holes in the deep ball. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will sticks.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. And there's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Tackle was made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads it downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And wings it incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, shown a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking to throw on 1st down. On the run, deep down the right side. Oh, it's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if...
Gonna let it fly. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this gonna go? So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.